I'm glad you all came back. I didn't scare you off too much.
Not a
and
chance.
so I'm so glad to see you. Like, you know, how you're a little nervous, as am I. Again, I used to teach little ones. So,
how come you're there twice? You have another session open?
Yes, I have my iPad on so I can see
okay.
all of you. Like if you raise your hand, I can see you.
Okay.
When I'm sharing.
Okay.
So today we're going to focus on the Friday night service, not the service, the Friday night home blessings. I sent you all, the only thing I did not send you is the beginning of the Friday night Kiddush. So we're going to start in the middle of that later in class, and then we can add in the beginning if we need to. I did send you Shalom Aleichem. However, we're not going to get to that till next week.
Okay.
So I'm just curious if you could share a very short memory of Friday night at your house. Like do you remember Kiddush? Or, you know, what can you recall from Friday night when you were a kid? Yeah, Karen.
So that was a really special time because I grew up in a very small town in upstate New York, and there were very few Jews, mostly my family, and the women, it was Orthodox. We had a very small shul that they bought a house, and my grandfather led services, and the women, of course, did not go, but my father went to Friday night services every Friday night, and my mother and I would light the Shabbos candles, and that was so special to me. So that's what I remember.
Thank you for sharing. Somebody else want to share? Leah.
Okay. We did two things. First of all, Friday night was a mandatory. Everybody was home. And so we would either go into Brookline, Mass, and spend the time with our Orthodox friends. And then the other was Friday night was the only time we got a dessert. And we were all sitting around the table. And my father used to make the holidays and Shabbat special. So it was like family time and memory time. And every week was something, I wouldn't say spectacular, but something extra special than just a regular weekday.
Thank you. Who else might want to share?
Well, I remember.
Go ahead, Holly.
Go ahead, Holly. My mother used to light candles, but it was away from the family because often my father wouldn't be home until later Friday night. And then we would go to synagogue and he would come in after services at synagogue. So it wasn't a big to-do.
But it was there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Carol Ann.
He's muted.
Hey, I just want to say hi. This is Marlene. I'm here, but I'm on my phone.
Thank you, Marlene. Anybody else want to share?
Oh, I did have something to say.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
This is second generation. When we were a young married couple, we went to my mother-in-law on Friday nights, and we did the blessings. And our daughter was about 2, and we were maybe even younger. And we were there on a Sunday night, and we started to eat. And she said, "No, stop. We didn't bruf at all." So for her, it wasn't the Shabbat so much as being with Bubby and Papa.
Aw,
That's very sweet.
Thank you for sharing that. Someone else?
Well, I have a slightly different experience. My dad was a sheet metal worker, and he got paid every Friday. So Friday night, we all got into the car and went to Ralph's. This was in LA, and got groceries. And if mom said we were good kids, I have an older brother, 2.5 years older, then we would get a pint, mind you, one of the little pints of chocolate ice cream, always chocolate, and go home, and we could have dessert. Dad got half of it, and then the other half was split between my brother and me and my mom. And so that was, his way. We didn't do Shabbat so much. We did observe most of the holidays and went to synagogue, but not on Shabbat. We went when my brother started studying for his bar mitzvah. I guess we went on Saturday morning, but that was it. When my own family, when I have one son in his 30s, and when he was younger, I used to I used to light candles very religiously, as they say. And we had a family, you know, I blessed him, he and I blessed his dad, and his dad and I blessed him, he and I blessed his dad, and he and his dad blessed me. So we did the blessing for family for a long time. Unfortunately, that ended way too soon. But it was different. But Shabbat was special in that we knew we would have food on the table for the next week.
Nice.
Well, thank you. Susan, did you want to share?
Yeah, just that we didn't do any of the blessings or observances. My parents, I learned in many, many later years, were children of World War II, you know, young adults during World War II, and kind of had to hide their Jewishness from the other neighbors because of what was going on. So when they raised us, we knew we were Jewish. So the one Friday night thing we did have was a chicken dinner on Friday night, every Friday, chicken soup and chicken and vegetables, but we didn't really do any of the blessings. But when I joined the synagogue 5 years ago, they were doing a program for new members, which was inviting them to Shabbat dinner. And so one of my first meeting some of the people in my synagogue that I've now become very close with was going to one of their houses for Shabbat dinner. And it was just a wonderful experience because they lit the candles, they blessed the Challah, and then we do Shabbat dinner at the synagogue, the Sisterhood Shabbat and things like that. So, but as a kid, I knew it was Friday night. I knew it meant something, but we didn't take part of any of the festivities at home or in synagogue.
Thank you for sharing that.
Susan, you reminded me of, yes, we did have chicken Friday night, and my mom and I would go to the butcher downtown LA on the bus, 2 or 3 buses, and she'd pick out the chicken, and then they would kill it there, slaughter it there, clean it, and we'd take it home. And that was basically our protein for, most of the week. But we did have chicken soup.
My mother didn't do that, but I remember my grandmother telling me they did that when my mother was younger. But,
Luckily, we didn't have to do that, but we did have chicken every Friday night. My father used to say, I'm going to start growing feathers and clucking. And for once, have something different. My mother's like, no.
Would anybody else like to share who hasn't yet gotten to share?
Do you remember putting the chicken parts over the stove so that it would get the little tin, feathers out, the last feathers when you got a chicken like that? We washed the chicken and my mom would hold it over the stove, a gas stove, to get the little edges of the
pin feathers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that until you just said it. Things we forget.
Anyone else?
Hey, this is Marlene.
Marlene.
Hi. So I was not brought up with Shabbat, and we didn't do anything as a family for Shabbat. One of the first times I was with my husband at someone else's home with our kids, and they had kids, and it was one of the first times that I attended a Shabbat dinner. And when they did the prayer for the children, I felt so uncomfortable. I mean, I felt uncomfortable with all the prayers, but definitely for that, because I thought that was just, I didn't understand it. I thought it was so odd. But I want to share with you, I'm making my first challah today.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Let us know how it went, how it turned out.
I will.
Someone else? Well, I will share. Oh, Terry, did you want to share?
Oh, no, I was just putting it on so I can see everybody.
Not a problem. So when I was little, it was very similar to your experience, Leah. I think it was, you mentioned that you had to be home on Friday night. My parents, we weren't Shomer Shabbos at all, except on Yom Kippur. You weren't allowed to touch the lights. But my parents did Kiddush every Friday night, and they allowed us to be in marching band and do activities. But the rule was, if you were home during Kiddush, even if you just got out of the shower, put on a robe and come down. So that was a staple in the house every Friday night. I don't think they do it so much anymore, but when we had children, we started observing, doing Kiddush and really doing Shabbat when we were newly married. We'd have friends over for Shabbat, but when our son was born, we made a big deal out of it. And my son was obsessed with sweets. Both of my kids were. So one night my husband took out some ice cream. It was just a regular night. And my son said, "What is that?" My husband told him, and he tasted it. He says, "Oh, that's good." And this kid ate anything you put in front of him, every bite. So the next night it was time for dinner and he's not eating. We said, "What happened? Why aren't you eating?" He goes, "I'm waiting for that stuff." What stuff? That cold stuff. So then it became a game every night of how much do I have to eat to get that? So our new rule became we only really had dessert on Friday night, and the kids didn't know it, but they didn't have to eat anything to get dessert. So it wasn't a big, we didn't have people over for Shabbos when I was a kid. It was more of a family thing, but we always have somebody at our table before COVID or went to someone's house. It was rarely just the four of us. And that was nice when that happened. So I wanted to kind of get us in the mindset of bringing us back to, Friday night, if you had those memories. I just want to remind you of a couple things from last week. This is a safe space. We're not going to hopefully judge each other. The goal here is to gain confidence in yourself and in your Hebrew reading abilities. Thank you for coming to class on time. I really appreciate it. That mean Debbie Lempert for not putting her camera on. I'm just looking at you here on my iPad. So when I'm sharing the screen, I can still see you all.
I noticed that you are recording. Pardon for the interruption, but I didn't realize that before, that you are recording. What is the intent and what is the use of the recording?
So if you have to miss a class, which I'm going to show you how to get that recording, you can go on and see the lesson that day. Or if you want to go back and catch something that you missed. So thank you very much for all that you have done for the first week. I will show you now how to get on to the Women's League site.
Okay, will you also email that to us, please?
I can email you the directions, yes, but I won't be able to email you the site. I'll email it this next week. So let me get that ready for you. So this is what it's going to look like. Women's League for Conservative Judaism. You click on it. And you're going to want to go to up here to log in. You click on log in. And it's going to ask you for your email address or your member ID. So I use my email address and my password. If you do not know your password, click here on Women's League at wlcj.org, and Razel, who works in the Women's League office, will email that to you. If you had a password and you forgot it, you can click here. If it's your first time logging in, you can click here. I don't know that they'll give you your password if it's your first time. So I'm going to log in. And then you're going to go to download WLCJ members materials. There's a whole lot here. And you're going to scroll down to Beginning Hebrew Spring. And here is our class. When you click on it, it does not, well, it looks like here, she put a link right on the outside. So you click on that. And then you go up to a new window. And I copied it, now I'm going to paste it into the window. And voila, there is our class, February 5th. So there it is. So that way you can watch it. What they've done here is they've just put a document with the link in it, but now they've put the link off to the side, so you don't even have to go into the document. Are there any questions on how to get to that? I will email that to you, the directions, but I just wanted you to see it. Sometimes it helps to, oh yeah, I remember that page. Oh, I've seen that page.
Debbie,
So-
Did I see 2 spring advanced beginner classes on there?
Yes, there's several of us who teach it. So make sure
So, yeah,
make
how would
sure-
we know which?
it has my, here, I'll show you.
Oh, it
again.
has your name on it?
It
Okay.
has my name on it.
Okay.
So you can see here's mine, and here's Carol Green's, and here is Carol Greenberg's.
Oh, I see. Okay,
And they're supposed to be, so
good.
it's easier when you can see it versus just following off of directions. So they're always available to you. So I sent you the link of all the pages for all the prayers in Sim Shalom and in Wlcj. Those are the only 2 I have access to. Our ideal goal is for you to be able to read the prayers out of the Siddur that you have. If you don't have a Siddur, let me know and I can email you those pages so that you have them.
That's
So
what you sent us, this Friday night Shabbat rituals.
right, now
page?
that is not from a prayer book. That's something I found online. I just thought it was easy to teach from.
Similar.
So I'm going to go ahead and share that on the screen now. So if you have that in front of you, great. If you want it, well, that's not what I wanted to share. Sorry about that. Give me a minute because it decided to step away. All right, let's try to share this one. Give me one moment. It's not being very helpful. All right, I think this is it. Nope, still not it. Sorry, I apologize for trying to find it. There it is. So we're going to go up here to the top for blessing of the candles. And we're going to talk a little bit about the structure of some blessings because I think it's very helpful. First of all, you'll see phrases and you should be able to read of those phrases, but you shouldn't, once you learn how to read it, you don't have to go back and read it each time. You should recognize Baruch Atah Adonai. You need to be able to read it, but it should look like something familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read through this prayer and then we're going to talk about some key words. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. So let's talk about Baruch. Does anybody know what Baruch means?
Blessed.
Yes, blessed. Thank you. And so here my lovely idea of, now I'm not seeing you guys, I'm seeing the screen. Blessed, all right. Does anybody else recognize any other words in Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam?
Adonai.
Adonai. This one is not one you can easily read. That is the name of God, but we don't pronounce it. So that's something you have to learn, that when you see Yud Yud, it's God's name. So blessed are you, Adonai. Any other words you recognize?
Eloheinu.
Eloheinu. Do you know what that means, Susan?
I think it means sovereign.
Not close.
Close.
It's sovereign's coming. Eloheinu is another word for God. It's our God.
Our God. Okay.
So sometimes when you in a Torah reading, you'll see Adonai and another word for Adonai next to each other. You don't read Adonai, Adonai. You change it to Adonai Eloheinu.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Now, here we go. Melech.
Melech.
Anybody know the actual translation of Melech?
King.
King, for Purim, for Adar, king. But as conservative Jews, we try to be egalitarian. So Melech, we say sovereign. Something gender neutral. Olam. Anybody know Olam? Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of
Universe.
the universe. There we go. So this is how most blessings start off. You might see some that just say Baruch Atah Adonai and go on, but this is a pretty typical opening. I teach my little ones that when you have Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam 6, it's a regular blessing. This is more than a regular blessing. Asher Kidshanu B'mitzvotav. Do you see anything inside of Kidshanu? There's Kuf Dalet Shin.
Kodesh?
Kodesh, Kadosh,
So
meaning
holy.
holy. You got it.
So that's the hallow. That's the translation of that is hallow.
I guess so. That's not how I would say it, but holy.
Holy.
You make us holy,
Hallowing is making holy.
right? B'mitzvotav. There's a word in there, but mitzvah. Mitzvah.
Commandment.
Commandment, yes, commandment. So blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes us holy, who commands us through holiness. Vetzivanu lechadlik ner shel Shabbat. Anything else you recognize in that last line?
Shabbat.
Shabbat. So it has
Shabbat.
something to do with Shabbat.
How about Nair, which is light?
Light. You think of it as light, like comes from candles. So now we know they're talking about Shabbat candles. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. Your holiness commands us. You hallow us in your commandments and command us to light Shabbat candles. So Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kidshanu B'mitzvotav. If it's 9, if it's Vitzivanu, if it ends at B'mitzvotav and you hear mitzvah in there, that is a commandment blessing. It's something we're commanded to do by God. So we are commanded to light Shabbat candles. So I'm going to have you practice a few of these in breakout rooms in just a few minutes, but I did want to share with you.
Debbie, can I ask you a quick question? Because on the email, it says for Sim Shalom, which is the Siddur I have, it says page 717.
Yeah,
Which
there is
book?
no 717.
No, I found it on 301. But is there a different Sim Shalom? Is it the ones that, the real?
Oh, yes, I have the, I was using the Shabbat, I was using this one, which is goes all the way up into the 700s.
Yeah, there's two different things.
Okay, I don't know that. Which one's that one?
Does somebody else have the page number in Slim Shalom?
Shalom. Yeah, it's 301.
Thank you.
That's why I was confused. I'm going, is that
There is
the
no
one that's got
771.
the Torah Parsha and the whole thing?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See if my screen share will cooperate. So I've wanted to show you this. I thought this was cute. Going along with lighting candles and starting Shabbat.
Oh, that's funny.
Thought it was cute.
That is
That is very cute.
Love that.
It is cute.
Always allow 15 minutes extra before a program starts. Yeah.
Debbie, I have a
that
question.
one.
Yes, Ellen.
Well, first of all, how do you want us to, do you want us to go into the chat room or can we just raise our hand or?
You can just raise your hand.
Okay, so the attachment that you gave us has the Friday night rituals, but not the transliteration that you showed. Is that available somewhere?
I can send it to you. I didn't want you to have it because I want you to practice reading the Hebrew. That's why I took it out. But yes.
Okay, I won't look at it if you send it.
I will send the original document. Also, the original document, when I printed it, like you would have to have a magnifying glass to read it,
All right,
but I'll send it and you can blow it up.
thank you.
You know, I appreciated the fact that this was really nice and comfortable size to read.
was my goal. Karen,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Karen,
So I have a question.
sure.
What forever, and probably that was the way my mother said it, I would say the Hebrew blessing and then I would repeat it in English. But
Yep.
instead, I would say, blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who sanctified us by thy commandments and kindle
Yeah.
Sabbath
And
light.
commanded us to kindle.
It's semantics, however you want, but it's basically God is commanding us to keep Shabbat and be holy.
So the sanctifying is, I mean, that's.
It's semantics.
Okay.
I had the same.
Same here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Thank you for sharing that. Susan,
And I was going to say, the reason I said the hallowed before was I was reading this translation here, but in the Wlcj, it actually has it as has provided us with a Breakout Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, who has provided us with a path to holiness. And I was also going to say what I've been doing since the last class, and I always just read transliteration before, but since the last class, in order to practice Shabbat, during Shabbat, Kabbalat Shabbat last week, and during Minions this week, I've been trying to read the Hebrew for some of the
Great.
prayers, the prayers that I'm familiar with, so that when I'm hearing them and I'm reading them, I'm recognizing the Hebrew letters rather than just reading the transliteration.
and that's why we started with these prayers, because we figured they would be familiar to you, even if it was just orally, that's a good place to start applying what you hear to what you see.
Right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
What I like too is that I have learned a little bit how to read the Hebrew, but I didn't understand what the words
We're
meant.
reading.
So it's nice that, you're going over them and saying that, this means this and that means that.
Now I'm not gonna be able to go too far with it because I don't, these are easy ones for me, but we should be able to pick out certain words, but for these, it's definitely a little more easier.
Yeah.
So we're going to skip Shalom Lechem. That's next week. And we're going to go to, I'm going to skip down to hand washing. Again, it's short.
Gee, do we have to do this every time we wash our hands? That's like 50 times a day
No,
now.
only ritually. So this is not,
Oh, right. Okay.
not for
Not for
COVID.
COVID.
Good. They have a blessing for COVID?
We have a blessing for
Keep
hand
it far away from
sanitizer.
us.
There are a
Right.
lot of blessings for getting the shot that was
Yes, there are.
Week.
Really?
There's how many?
So, so this one, if you look, you should see a phrase you recognize. So even if you didn't know this was hand washing, you could say, "Oh, look, I recognize those three words: Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu
All
netilat yadayim." All right, tell me, what did you notice when we read through it? What stuck out to you?
It's all the same until the last three words.
There you go. And go ahead, keep going. It's all the same. What else?
Well, Yadayim is water.
Well, you use
No.
water on your yadayim,
Your
Hands.
hands, sorry.
hands. But right away, was this the short blessing or a long blessing?
short.
Short.
Shorter.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav. Long
Oh, so
one,
it's
because then there
long
you
one.
see kidshanu, kiddush, and b'mitzvotav, mitzvah. So this is a mitzvah. This is a commandment blessing. We are commanded to something with our hands. Yadayim.
Yadayim, wash.
Now,
Washing
Water.
this one does say sanctified and the other one says hallow, but they're the same words.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has sanctified us with, again, this is not the writing I would normally use, with God's commandments and commanded us concerning washing of hands. You can translate it in many, many different ways, but basically we're commanded to do a ritual washing. No soap, just using a laver.
It's the
cup.
washing cup.
Bitsy Banu,
Commandment.
is Bitsy Banu commanded us?
No, commandment is b'mitzvotav, because it has the word mitzvah, which means commandment.
Okay.
And you might have heard al netilat before on a holiday. It's a blessing you say when you use your hands for something else.
Okay.
Taking the lulav?
There you go. You would say al netilat lulav. So involves your hands. So I'm going to have you practice this in small group again when we go into small groups, but I thought I would share. Do I have
Debbie,
one?
what's interesting is in this what'd you call it? Slim Shalom.
Yeah.
It does not have the hand washing.
I didn't. Oh, in the slim one.
And the slim one, yeah.
So if you need me to send it to you, I can, but you can also use this online version.
Yeah, I'm hoping not to have to print it out since
I get it.
I mean, I say it every Shabbat and with, Rosh Chodesh and all that stuff, but I do it by,
By
memory.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find find out if there is a hand washing in Slim Shalom.
Can you send say the last two words, please?
Yeah.
That was my question.
After
Sure.
all.
Al netilat.
Nah,
Netilat.
nitila,
That's a nun, the first word? The
Yes.
first word? Okay.
nitila.
Netilat.
See if I can make it a little bit bigger.
Is that a tav, the second letter of the?
No, it's a tet, but it makes the same
a
sound as
tet.
Tom.
I meant a tet, not net. T. La.
Lot.
La.
And
Oh,
then-
net. Okay.
Ya. So yad, just the first two letter makes yad, your hand.
Yeah,
Yadayim. hands.
yadaim,
So it's im is the plural. Yadayim.
yadaim.
So let's read it together again. Baruch
Baruch
atah
atah
Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al nitzilat yadayim.
Some of you may have heard growing up that maybe someone said al netilas yadayim, because in the more orthodox settings, they don't pronounce the t as a T sound, but more of an S sound.
Yes.
But since we're teaching you from a conservative view, it's netilat.
Debbie, you might have taught this last week and I wasn't there, but the two T's in Nitilat, so one is a tet and one is a tav.
Yeah,
Why are they different?
that has something to do with the Hebrew language that I could not tell you.
Okay, all right.
It's just like, why do we use I for this sometimes, but why to make the I silent other times? It's
Okay.
the language. I wish I had a good answer for you. And I'm somebody who knows Hebrew a
I'll
lot
Google
better
it.
than- Huh?
I'll Google it.
There you go.
See what Rabbi Google says.
Yeah, Rabbi Google.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, so then I would like us to move on. This is the blessing that we're going to, the third one, and then we'll go into breakout rooms. This is the blessing over the challah. If you'd like to try to read it with me.
Sure.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ha'motzi lechem
Min.
haaretz. Are we commanded to eat challah?
No.
No.
bread.
With
What is
thank-
one form of bread that we are commanded to eat?
Matzah.
Matzah.
Matzah. So we're not commanded.
Hamotzi.
The word lechem is bread. And anybody recognize this word? Haaretz,
The land.
earth.
Earth.
Notice we do
What
not
is
say
Can you say that word again?
earth or the
Earth.
ground. Haaretz.
And what's hamotzi?
Haaretz.
Hamotzi is like brings forth.
Bring forth, okay.
So you'll hear Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel. Here's another way, it's another form. Haaretz, Aretz, Eretz, Eretz Yisrael, so the land. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth. I don't know about you. Have you ever walked outside and saw bread growing on a vine or no? So why would we be thanking God for bringing forth bread?
The
What
wheat,
does God really bring forth?
the wheat, the
The
grain.
wheat. So why would we be thanking God for bringing forth bread when God provides wheat?
And we make bread with
Most
the
people
wheat.
don't eat a wheat stalk raw.
Correct. So,
What?
so why would we thank God for bread instead of wheat?
I think it's because we're supposed to think about the work of people's hands that brought forth the wheat and made the bread and brought that to the table.
I think you're right
don't know.
in that we are partners with God. We have a role in creating the world and creating the challah,
Don't you think about it.
just like Marlene's making challah right now or today. We partner with God. God provides the wheat, we turn it into bread.
Not you, sorry.
That's quite all right. I wanted to share this one with you. I thought it was cute.
I did find the pages.
Yay!
It's 313 for both hand washing and hamotzi.
Thank you, Leah. Now I have to,
I like the Jewish yoga though.
I know, I'm trying to get back there.
Hey, Debbie, I have a question. Which word represents challah? Which word has the root for challah or bread?
Lechem, bread. Lechem.
Got
I
it,
thought that
got
was
it, got it, got it. Okay, thank you.
I thought that was cute. So I'm going to, when you see the, you'll see an invitation come up on your screen for breakout rooms. I'm going to tell you who your partner is for today. And then you're going to click, and I'll tell you which room to go to, and you're going to click on that room. So it's going to invite you, I believe, to pick the room you want to go to. When you're in the room, I want you to spend a few minutes practicing back and forth. So take turns reading the blessing for, does everybody have it in front of them? For the candles, the challah, and the hand washing. And think about how you can give constructive criticism. How do you like to be told? Is it best to tell the person right when they're making the mistake or let them go on and point it out later? Think about what's comfortable for you. Hopefully that will be comfortable for the other person. We want to be helpful, not hurtful. If somebody is stuck, you can ask your partner when you go into the room. If you're stuck, do you want me to help you or do you want me to let you figure it out? We had a person who was our ritual director when you go up to read Torah, and he didn't even give you a chance if you got stuck to work through it. And I had to say to him, just let me work through it and I'll probably come up with it. Count to 5. And if I haven't gotten it by 5, then you can tell me. So you may want to share with your partner about what you would like. So I'm going to let you pick the room. So Karen and Holly, would you go to room 1 when it comes up? Leah and Susan, would you go to room 2? Roberta and Marlene, please go to room 3. Carol Ann and Elaine, room 4. Fran and Terry Rifkin, room 5. And Ellen and Terry with the I, Terry, is it Thien House?
Teen House, it's a hard
Teen House.
TH.
Would you go to room 6?
Okay.
So, and I'll bring you back. I'll give you about 10 minutes and then I'll bring you back. Are you ready to go travel in cyberspace? I'll stay in here in case there are any problems.
Pack my bags.
Okay. Where are the rooms?
Leaving on a jet plane.
Is it coming up?
Not yet.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Well, it says.
You have to go to the
breakout.
bottom. Oh, it went away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying it again.
There's, at the bottom, it says
Breakout
breakout room.
Yeah.
Just
but
click
that-
on it, yeah.
But you should
Oh,
be
I see it.
invited.
I see it. Click on that breakout rooms and then you say join.
There's a little message, a little red number in the breakout rooms.
See it.
I didn't see that.
I've got
So down at the
4.
bottom where it has the chat,
How do you get to
and
the chats? How do you get to the chats?
not taking.
so look at the very bottom of your screen where your mute button is, your stop video. Along the very bottom, not from your computer, but on the Zoom.
Oh, join breakout room.
Yes.
Yeah,
There
I
should
keep
be.
clicking on 4.
Got it.
Not doing
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, I keep hitting 4 and nothing's happening.
Yeah,
Or
Um,
join.
Join.
where'd
Yes.
you get joined? Where do you have join?
So click on that, the 4 boxes at the bottom. It should have a red number in it.
I don't see that.
Do you see where your mute button is?
Yes,
Next to it is your stop video button.
right.
Keep going across.
Yes.
You see security or participants.
Yes, participants, yes.
Then chat,
Yes,
then share screen, then
Yes.
breakout rooms.
I have breakout rooms and I've got 4, but I keep clicking on it. It's not going there.
It's not going anywhere. Karen, you're muted. Did you have a problem?
No, I got in, but I didn't have Holly with me.
I can't do it. I keep clicking. I see the breakout rooms in progress. I see room 1. I
Karen,
see-
I'm going to move you into room 1. Let's see, where's Holly? I'm going to put Holly in 1. Karen, you need to rejoin.
Okay.
Okay, I can't get to room 4. I click on it and nothing happens. I see
Let me
Carol.
move you, Elaine.
Hmm?
I'm putting you in room 4.
Thank you.
Terry,
Nah.
where are you supposed to go?
5.
Here you go. And Karen, you're still with me, huh?
Yeah, and now I can't, I did it before, now I can't do it.
What room? What room are you supposed to be in? 1?
One, yeah.
Huh, it's not letting me put you there.
I left the breakout room. I clicked on left the.
I'm going to
breakout-
bring Holly back.
Sorry,
No, it's not your fault.
I don't know why.
Let's see if she comes back. Come back to us, Holly. There she is.
But I don't know why it's not letting.
So
me.
I'll let you guys practice in here. It's fine. I won't listen. Wah, la, 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 la.
Okay,
So-
sorry
So
about
we're
that.
supposed to read the blessing for the Shabbos candles, let's say, to begin with.
Okay, you want to go first and then,
All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Did I
okay.
make any mistakes that you saw?
That I know of, no. I'm
Okay.
so used to saying it every Friday night
Yeah.
and I don't look anymore. So anyway, so I'll read it now. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we go on to the next one?
Yeah. The
Wash
one
of the hands?
washing hands. I've
Don't-
never done it either. I've always wanted to know, well, after services when they do it, and I'm like, I don't know that one. So, yeah, you want to go
All
ahead?
right, so Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al natilat yad. It's kind of small. Yadayam.
Yeah, Yadayim. Yadayim.
Okay.
Yadayim. Yeah. All right. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's good. And
Netilat yadayim. Yes, Holly?
all right. So we're going on to the Challah.
Yeah. So go, okay, go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Yep.
Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. This is great that, because I never knew the washing of hands. I would hear it at the, but I didn't know how to repeat it
I
or
know
say
you
it.
twice on each hand.
What? Oh, you do it. So what do you do? I don't know.
Take the cup of water.
Yeah.
You pour it twice on one hand.
Oh.
You put the water in the other and you pour it twice on your
See, I didn't know that. I'll have to, when I'm at services tomorrow, I'll watch and see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I couldn't say the blessing, but I know the tradition.
Oh, because I didn't know. But I'll pay attention tomorrow. Oh, we have somebody else. Are you muted?
We didn't know how long the breakout room was or if she was going to bring us back, so to speak. So I saw a little button that said leave room and I just pressed it to see what would happen.
So I guess we're back.
So yeah. So now, we can now that there's 4 of us, we could even do it again with the 4 of us. I don't know. Did she say
you're muted, Terry? You're muted.
No, I'm not anymore.
No.
Oh, okay.
So did Debbie tell us how long we had for the breakouts?
She say 10 minutes?
10 minutes, really?
Oh, well, we went through it pretty fast.
Yeah, we did too.
I don't know. You know what? There's 4 of us. Maybe each of us wants to take one again and read it, and then one. There's 3 blessings, and then one take another blessing.
Okay, my watch is telling me to move. I'm just.
Your watch is telling you.
Mine will say that in a minute.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm moving.
What do you mean I see. You have one of those Fitbit things. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Apple Watch. Yeah.
So, Holly, did you want to do the blessing of the Shabbat candles?
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Perfect. Terry, you want to do the hands?
Yeah, I'll do the hand washing. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim.
Yeah, those the last ones. I'm not used to saying that. I guess I'll do the blessing of the bread. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. And Karen, did you get your steps in?
I'm back. Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you want to do?
I'll do the one for the water because that was I did not know.
The hands?
The washing.
Yeah, that's yeah. I could do with the repetition of that.
Yeah, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al tilat Yadayim. Is that it? Natilat Yadayim.
Natilat, yeah,
Natilat.
Natilat.
Is that under the N is, I can't tell, is that not
That-
Tilat, is that the 2 dots?
Yeah, I mean, which
Okay.
means there's no vowel.
Okay, not
Yeah.
Tilat. Oh, it means there's no vowel, not Tilat.
I mean, I don't know what you call it, but it means there's just the
There's
letter.
really no sound except the sound of the letter N. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not
Welcome
Tilat.
back. You survived. You and I both
Yes.
survived the first breakout room. I had
Thank
to
you,
figure out
Marlene.
how to
Thank
move
you.
around. So how did it feel?
All right.
Was everybody okay with reading with a partner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody got eaten alive? You're still in one team?
We're still
We're all
here.
nice,
No.
really. We really are.
Yeah, I still like Ellen. Yeah, she's cool.
So I know I grew up with Hamotzi was Hamotzi Lechem Min Haaretz. And it's fine to do that, but I really want you to practice reading.
Yeah.
And really the name of this is practice, practice, practice. If you can review the blessings every single day, you will, it's amazing how quickly it will come.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to get to the Kiddush, but I would like to read it for you.
Okay.
It's long, and I'm only giving you the second half here. Let me blow it up a little bit.
Is this for the wine?
Yes,
Okay.
Kiddush.
Okay.
So we can look and say, oh, look, we know these words. Baruch.
Baruch
Can you
atah.
cover the, can you cover,
Hold on, what?
Debbie, excuse me, can you cover the transliteration, please?
Slide it over on your screen. You
Transliteration.
Let me see if I can do that.
could sort of slide it over on your screen so you don't see it.
Oh, I liked having it there.
Well, but the point is we want, that didn't.
You're right.
do what I wanted it to do. Hold on a minute.
But it's half did it. Whatever you did, you got half of the English and half of the Hebrew.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not my intent.
Did it
Yeah.
the other direction.
Yeah, my mouse is not being very
Cooperative.
cooperative. I have issues with it. It's not a nice mouse.
Give it some cheese.
Seriously.
Just yell at it and squish
Here we
it.
go.
Keep going.
Luckily, my tech guy just showed up. Here we go.
There you go. A
Um,
little bit further.
how can I make this so they're only seeing this part? I can't seem to grab it.
Slide at the bottom. There's a,
Hold on a minute.
Slide. Not like slide some oil to me from the whiz. Slide some.
You're share,
I only want to share this part, so I'm trying.
yes, but you're sharing that program, so it's,
All right. So
you could zoom it in, so only that appears on the screen.
Right, right.
So zoom it
That
in
would be
to-
great because then
Yeah,
it'll be
it-
large enough to see it clearer.
Correct.
and Now go.
ooh,
yeah, but now I
All
can't
right, a
see
little
the
bit less.
part.
Got to move it up a little bit, the whole window up a little bit.
Yeah, but how do I get over?
You're.
and at the bottom, doesn't it slide over?
Move the whole window up?
Yes.
Now down. There you go.
Would you like to try?
Yes, switch places.
You're still saying the transliteration.
My husband does the same thing. He's like, move.
I know.
You just
Now
get
you
used
got
to
the
it.
Yes, you had to move the whole window. up.
That's what I was saying, yeah. Slide it at the bottom.
So before we practice this, I apologize, and he's going to show me how it is possible to see all of you.
That's
with
it.
screen-
Is that what you want?
Yeah, can you
That's
show,
it.
Perfect, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
how
That's
can we
beautiful.
see everybody?
Yeah, can you, the only problem is, some of us, like, if we want to see you, Debbie, we can't see the whole brachot. Oh, there we go, perfect.
That's perfect.
Yes, but now I can't see what's on
Nice
the
and
screen.
large too.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's showing me how to do this. So I
That's
don't
good
have to have
now.
my iPad
Now
on.
you're to the right and the screen is just the Hebrew.
If you click on
Yes.
view and side by side speaker, you'll just see
Yeah,
Debbie.
he got it.
Okay.
Thank you,
There's
sweetheart.
another
Beautiful.
way to do this. If you can do a side by side.
Okay.
This is.
All right, so here we go. Baruch.
Baruch
Atah
Adonai
Adonai.
Eloheinu
melech
haolam
Ki
Ray,
pri
Hagafen.
Let me ask you, are you, okay, we'll keep going, never mind.
I think it'd be easier for us to mute ourselves and just hear you and
Okay.
our own
I'll go
voice.
slow. All
Yeah,
right.
that's why I did it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'rat. It's not Vitzivanu. It sounds like it should come next. V'rat Vanu. Shabbat Code Show. We're going to stop right there because we don't have enough time to cover the whole thing, but it just got a little taste of beginning of Kiddush. I can tell you I do much better when I sing it than when I read it. But look over the Kiddush. We probably will work on that more than Shalom Aleichem next time.
Sing it for us one time, so
Sure.
we'll have it in our heads.
Sure. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho Be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta Mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kadshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. So
Thank you.
Hey, Debbie,
Thank you.
is
Debbie.
it possible for you to send us a recording, either your recording or another one where it's done really slowly that we can listen to as we start to learn it?
I sure will. I'll send that for both the Kiddush and Shalom Aleichem. But I do want to share with you the website that I sent you before for Berman House. Give me a minute. How to spell it right?
It's so nice to hear it slowly because my rabbi must go at 10 times that speed when he does got it, the Kiddush.
Okay, so
All I wanted to do was lift up the glass of wine at the end of it.
that's the best part. So I'll send this to you again, Berman House. And if you go to prayer practice,
You're pretty.
and to figure out where it is. I don't think it's going to be on this pray. Oh, blessings for here's Kiddush. Again, they only have the first half, but when you click on it,
Baruch atah.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
So that way you can hear the pronunciation if you're like, now, how do you say it?
Scroll down, have the whole thing on top.
Yeah. And you can,
Baruch atah.
so I clicked on the bottom to hear the whole thing.
Melech haolam.
Also, you can change it on some of the pages to be a Hebrew speaker. But so just so you know that that's there to help you with, there's a lot of prayers there. So Here's the blessing for Shabbat. There's the blessing for the candles. Here's the blessing for the wine. And here's the blessing for the challah. You can see them down here in English. So you can explore it and play with it. So I'll send you that. I will also send the blessing for the vaccine. Somebody asked for that. And Ellen, you had asked me to send you the transliteration, correct?
I did.
Paige?
Yes.
Okay. I make no promises that it will print out in a way that you can actually see it.
Okay. Or is there a place I can get it?
Yes, I will send you the link to, that might be easier, the link to the actual document.
Okay, yeah, you can do
Debbie,
that.
And then you can blow it up on screen.
Debbie, when I checked in today on another subject, it kept redirecting me to another Zoom thing. Was the Zoom that you sent us 2 days ago was the correct one, right? Because it kept saying,
Yes.
you know, you are being moved. So that always worries me on a computer that they're telling me they're moving me. And I don't know why. I just wondered if anybody else had that problem.
I had
I've had
the
that before.
same thing.
The same thing happened to me.
You know why it redirects?
Yeah.
Usually what happens,
This is my husband, Hamilton.
usually what happens is when you
Yeah.
click on a link, it opens up the screen. And then if you have Zoom installed on your computer, it says, I'm redirecting you to open up the Zoom itself.
Okay.
Oh,
I just have
that's-
Zoom installed on the
So,
computer.
so
Thank you so much.
is this, do you send us another Zoom link, or do we just keep using the same
Same
one?
one. We keep
Okay.
using it every time. I suggest to
Okay.
people that if you use an online calendar, put the link in the notes of each day of class. Like on mine, if I put it in for one day, it'll ask you when to copy it onto all the days. That way you always know where to get it. But I'll try to send something each week that has it there in case you can't find it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Keep
you.
up.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
shalom.